What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Week 8. Is it 8? Week 8? Week 7.
Yeah, week 8. Yeah,
Week 8.
week 8. Week 8.
NFL
Week
Pick
8.
Ems. We're already deep into the season already, halfway through almost, for the most part. We'll start off with the weekly leaderboards of everybody. And, of course, this guy lost one game last week, and he lost one game this week. He almost went perfect. Jaden's in the lead. You see it down below, 76 and 31. Jordan, you're right behind him, 72 and 35, 4 games behind him there.
72? I thought I was at 73, brother.
You're at 72 at the moment.
Damn.
I have 68, so Jaden almost has 10 games on me. He has 8 games.
And you're in third.
And I'm fourth.
Oh.
One game behind third. And we'll move to our actual rankings between us as a group. And once again, in first place, Jordan, you, 72 and 35, like we said. And
yeah, it's always me until the last week.
And then I'm in second, 68 and 39. Dontea had a good week. He is 67 and 40, and Matt last place, 59 and 48. And I mean, last week you went 13 and 2. I went 9 and 6. Dontea went 11 and 4, and Matt 7 and 8. So those games last week that you said you were going to have on me, you did. You did. You got me. Got me good. So
yeah, I knew who was going to be undefeated and who wasn't. That's for sure.
You were right. I went 1 for 2 on the undefeated teams. I didn't expect San Fran to have their 2-star wide receivers out. I definitely thought they were at least going to have them. They didn't have anybody. But we'll move on to Thursday night, October 24th at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. We're going to be in SoFi, California. We got the Minnesota Vikings at the Los Angeles Rams. Minnesota is favorited -3. Jordan, I think I took the reins last week going first, so I'll hand it off to you this week.
I can go first. I got the Vikings, the purple people eaters.
Yeah, I take the purple PP eaters as well. I'm actually surprised that it's only -3 for the Vikings here. I think that's a pretty big one, especially coming out that Matt Stafford might get shipped. Cooper Kupp might get shipped. Sounds like there might be a lot of turmoil inside the Rams organization now.
Yeah, that is crazy.
But I will say that whole trade with the Jared Goff and Matt Stafford, I think it worked out for both teams. I think that's one of the trades to where it worked out for both of them.
Oh, yeah.
Rams got a Super Bowl, and then the Lions, well, now they have a chance. They got all those assets. Now they have a chance to make a run.
Their future. Yeah.
So I think both teams are happy with that trade and how it ended. And we don't have currently Dontea or Matt's picks. They haven't sent them in yet, but they'll be on the screen down below. We'll move on. Sunday, the Philadelphia Eagles at the Cincinnati Bengals. And Cincinnati here is actually favored at -2.5. Jordan, who you got?
Is that a 1 o'clock game?
That is a 1 o'clock game.
Okay. On the run your pool, it's like way down there,
bottom.
So I didn't know.
I don't know why it's weird like that, but it is.
I have Philly.
Okay, I was gonna take Philly here as well. I thought you were gonna go with the favorite. I don't know what they know. I mean, Philly hasn't looked like the Philly in the past, and Cincinnati maybe is turning it up. We'll see, but Cincinnati didn't look that good against the Browns. So
yeah, but Philly's still. I mean, they don't look like Philly from the past, but they still look like a really solid Philly team.
I agree. I'm just surprised that Cincinnati is favored. I guess they're at home, but
yeah, that's a big part in it.
Next,
to be honest, I picked a lot of away teams this week, so.
Well, this next away team, I can see you definitely picking them because I might be with you on this one. I think not a might. I think I will. The Baltimore Ravens at the Cleveland Browns. Yep. Baltimore favored -9.
Yeah, give me Lamar Jackson and the goddamn Baltimore Ravens.
In this game, that -9, that's the third highest favorite line so far this week. So there's a couple other teams that are favored more by 9, which is actually crazy to think about for this week. We'll move on.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's not hard to pick the at least 2 teams that should have a higher spread than them.
Yeah. This next one, I mean, if anyone had to guess, you'd think this team as well. Tennessee Titans at the Detroit Lions. Detroit.
Is that a higher spread?
If you had to guess, how much do you think that spread is?
It should be 13.5.
Ooh, 11. Just straight 11 for right now. They might have saw some Mason Rudolph and been like, oh, he might put up some points. He might cover.
Yeah, he might put up 2 extra points than Will Levis.
Who you got?
I'm going with the team that's favored by 11 in Tennessee. Just kidding. Detroit Lions.
Yeah, if anybody picks Tennessee here, that would be insane.
Watch
Asinine.
Jaden will pick them and they'll win.
That might happen. He might know more than us. I don't understand how, but he might.
I think his cousin works in Vegas, so like we got to make sure that there's no insider stuff going on.
We gotta investigate, because if he wins, that's a strip. His title gets stripped. You don't keep it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Arizona Cardinals at the Miami Dolphins. Miami is favored in -3 and some asterisks around here. Potentially, you will see Tua come back. We do not know for certain, but Tua might come back.
He said he'll be back. And he said he'll be back without the Guardian cap.
He said personal preference. Don't want it.
Yep, personal preference. I don't want it. Thank you to everybody that showed their fear for me and showed their caringness. But I don't really care about concussions or my brain being mashed potatoes. And for that, I'm taking Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I mean, Arizona just barely beat the Chargers. I
hope for my fantasy team's sake, Tyreek Hill has a good game.
Yeah. Miami, I mean, every time I think I picked them to win, they lost. And we don't really know exactly if Tua is for sure going to play or not. I know they said most likely. Is he going to stay healthy? I don't know. I hope he does. But for the uncertainty in Miami, I'm going to go Arizona as well with you. Then, can you help me out here? We got New York at New England. It just says New York for me. This is the Jets. Jets at New England. And the Jets are favorited -7 here.
How's that kid in Big Daddy do it? The goddamn Jets. Jets, Jets.
I picked them to win last week. Obviously, I was wrong. You picked against them, and you were right. I'm not going to go against you this week. I'm going to take the Jets as well.
All the bettors that wanted to bet on Davante Adams to have a big game, you missed it by a week, brother. Should have bet him a big game this week. He's gonna turn up against Miami, unless Christian Gonzalez locks his ass down. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
I haven't heard much about him this year.
Who, Christian Gonzalez?
Yeah,
I think he's been a top 10 cornerback. But the only thing I don't know. I know a lot of some corners travel. I don't know if Christian Gonzalez travels, and I don't know what sideline he plays on. So that might be on the Garrett Wilson side, or that might be on the Davante Adams side. Who knows?
Well, if he doesn't travel and Garrett Wilson stays with him all game, Davante Adams for 200.
Yeah, maybe not 200. 200?
200.
All right.
Derrick, they got me and you out in the fucking secondary outside of them.
Hey, they called me Gross and Island in high school, all right? All right, we'll move on. It's enough chatter on that one. Well, Atlanta Falcons at Tampa Bay. Atlanta favorited. They did win against Tampa. They are favorited here once again, but this is in Tampa, -2.5.
I want to take one quick second. If you'll join me with this moment of silence, really quick.
Oh my God, for both, yes.
No.
What?
But we'll take a 1 second moment of silence here.
Okay.
All right. That moment of silence is for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Super Bowl hopes. They died on Monday night with around 52 seconds left in the game. Yeah, I mean, Mike Evans, I don't know. I understand personal decision to go out there and play. If you want to go play, you want to go play. The coaches should have at least had him on a snap count. I know that they said during the broadcast they weren't really targeting him outside of the red zone. In my opinion, he shouldn't have played nearly as much as he did, if at all. Give it a week off, brother. You have a bye week soon too, unless they already had theirs. I'm not too sure, but I would have given it a week off. And Chris Godwin. I understand you're only down 10. There's 50 seconds left in the game. Why the hell is he still in the game? Run the ball, concede defeat. I understand. Oh, we score a touchdown. We kick the onside kick. We get it. We score a touchdown. We win. You had no timeouts left. You're throwing over the middle of the field. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, same sentiment as you. I can see Chris Godwin being in the fourth quarter at that time more than I can see Mike Evans being on the field, in my opinion, if I'm the coach. Mike Evans, we saw after he scored his touchdown, even limping, right? And that's when you know, like, hey.
Right then and there.
Like, no. I mean, he was doing that even before, but they still let him play through it. That's one of those injuries to where, hey, you get a week, maybe 2 weeks off, just to make sure you're okay. Now, he's going to be injured, already have a couple more weeks off because of the injury, and then come back slowly off of that injury. He's not going to be 100%.
Yeah, because he made it worse.
And
we've seen hamstring injuries linger with players for a whole year.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to make sure you're healthy. I think that was... I don't want to say he's not smart or the coaching staff isn't smart, but in my opinion, that wasn't a smart decision to have him on the field, whether it was his decision or theirs.
Yeah, and that was definitely a dumb decision. The Chris Godwin, I mean, we've seen a lot of teams do that. It's just the unlucky situation that it happened. A lot of teams are going to have their starters still in during that situation. But the fact that
the other thing with Chris Godwin, dear NFL, if you're going to ban the hip drop tackle, at least throw the flag in the game and don't say it after the game. The NFL admitted that the tackle on Chris Godwin by Roquan Smith was a hip drop. I'm not saying it's dirty. I don't think that that's something that should be banned. I think that's a little soft. I understand where they're coming from on players getting hurt, but we saw Mark Andrews break his leg last year. We saw Chris Godwin, I believe they ruled it as a severe dislocation. It wasn't ruled an actual fracture.
Sure.
But still, it's season ending. If you're going to change a rule based on a player getting hurt, you have to call that penalty, especially when a player gets hurt from the rule you changed. How many flags have you seen this year for a hip drop tackle?
And can I interrupt you there real quick? I don't know if you saw it when the season, initially started. They did have like a statement for the most part saying that they weren't going to really call it in games. They were going to really review plays like that, and then they were going to get fined after that. Kind of like what we're seeing now.
Expecting to get fined quite a bit for that.
And they didn't want that to be a big impact on games, I guess, but they wanted to still make some sort of an impact for player health. So I'm not upset about them not calling it in games personally, because it's always been in the NFL.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm not upset by that either.
Because I think that keeps the game going.
That makes a little more sense. But in the same sense, what do you want Roquan Smith to do there? Let him run into the secondary? It's so hard as a player, I'm sure, to make those decisions on the fly right then and there. Am I going to tackle this guy or not? How does Roquan Smith tackle him outside of hip dropping the way he had him? Chris Godwin was past him. You want him to just keep running?
And that's the thing. If you're tackling from behind, there's really only one thing you can do. Wrap him up and pull your whole body weight backwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's...
Especially if he has a full head of steam, you're not going to plant and stop him. He's going to drag you.
And that's when you might sometimes try to teach those offensive players that kind of like when you start feeling that, you go down.
Tyler Lockett it, brother. Tyler Lockett holds A on every catch.
I was going to say, he won't even do any run after the catch to even get tackled. He's already on the ground.
There might not be anybody within 10 yards of him and his ass is going down.
That's how he's been in the NFL for how long, though?
Absolutely. And he's talked about it. He said, I don't want to get my head taken off over the middle on a play. I'd rather catch it and go down. Hey, that's smart.
Yep.
That's
and
smart.
You're going to be healthy week in and week out.
Yep.
But you took
Anyway.
Atlanta, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
You might have, but I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I completely forgot about those injuries, even though it just happened yesterday. Until you said it, I was on the verge of taking Tampa. And I was like, oh, yeah, they don't have anybody anymore. I'm going to go Atlanta here. On a side note, I know we talked about injuries and things like that, and Tua maybe coming back. Do you think defenders will tackle Tua or go at Tua a little differently because they don't want to be that guy to severely hurt him like that? Do you think they'll be a little softer to him, do you think, than some other players?
I think there might be some players that are like that. I do not think every player is going to be like that.
Yep.
I don't think that the Steelers put the Dolphins, but hypothetically they do this week, Tua's first week back. I don't think TJ Watt would be any easier on him than he is anybody else. I do see where they don't want to be the bad guy, but at the end of the day, it's Tua's decision to come back when he's coming back. It's his decision to not wear the Guardian cap. These are decisions that he made, and he said that I will literally die for this shit. So
crazy quote to say.
If that's the mindset that you have on it, I don't think that any player should hold up on you because of your injury. I'm not saying go out there and kill the fucking guy, but if you have a clean hit on him, you have a clean hit on him. I don't think you should hold up or take it any easier because it's Tua.
Who was that one Dolphins quarterback? Dude, there was so many different ones. Was that like a Jay Cutler or Matt Moore? Someone rolling out to the right side.
Moore.
Was it Matt Moore?
That he took off and Bud Dupree killed him?
Yeah. We don't want no Bud Dupree on Tua, all right? We don't want any of that right now.
He might not walk out.
No. Hopefully.
But
yeah.
In the same sense, like I said, if that same situation came up, I would expect the defender to do what he needed to do.
Yeah, because let's say he doesn't and Tua scrambles for 20 yards. Coach is
on you, brother.
Yeah, coach is going at you.
That's like asking receivers. That's like asking receivers if they run their routes a little less aggressively when Damar Hamlin's nearby.
I mean, I guess you're right. If Damar Hamlin is about to tackle you, go down. That's similar to what you're. Yeah.
Do they do that?
No. I mean, granted, Tua
it was his decision
to
come back out and play again. Damar Hamlin could have very easily retired. Tua could have very easily retired or taken more time. I think it's very unfortunate. Tua, I don't know what it is that is making him get all of these concussions. I don't know if he's just not paying attention, not sliding, not doing something the right way. It's just unfortunate. I mean, it sucks. You don't want to see a guy go through the things that Tua's doing. Tua has shown flashes of being an incredible quarterback in the NFL. But last time we saw him get a major concussion, what happened the first game back? He got slammed on his head and missed the rest of the year. I do not want that to happen. I do not wish that to happen to anybody. I don't care who it is. I don't want to see Deshaun Watson get hurt. I know you guys probably already talked about that on your Browns talk. But it's not something you want to see. Like, yeah, I root against the guy. I don't like Deshaun. I don't like him as a person.
Yeah.
I don't hope for him to tear his Achilles. I don't cheer when he gets hurt. I know I'm not a Browns fan. There were a lot of Browns fans that were cheering. That's not fair to the football player
or the guy team or the team
or the
in
team.
general. Like that's
team.
The team obviously wouldn't agree with anything like that.
No, and I saw a lot of Browns players come out and say, like, "Come on, guys, what the hell are we doing?" Even if the locker room doesn't like the guy, you have to stick up for him.
They don't want to see that.
Yeah, you don't want to see that happen.
I mean, we had a little, to go on to that, we had a little joke of a TikTok of if we had to guess a player that was going to get hurt this year. We did it way before. And one of our guys, Davion Smith, Michigan running back, made it to the NFL for a little bit, basically commented and called us out on that bullshit, saying that it's not even a cool conversation to have. And I think that's how every NFL player should feel.
I agree. And even as a non-NFL player, I think it was slightly distasteful. I'll admit to that. But
yeah,
we weren't hoping for any
no.
injuries. That was not what we were. Realistically, if you're an NFL fan, you want every player in the NFL to play their absolute best week in and week out because it makes the product more exciting to watch.
No, you don't want every player. Maybe every player on your team. I don't want every player on the Pittsburgh Steelers to play their absolute best.
No, I would rather watch a Browns versus Bengals game where every player is playing their absolute best. Deshaun Watson, I wish that he looked like he was still on the Texans. Yeah, it'd probably beat us or whatever. But I would rather see him playing well than see him tearing his Achilles. It's not a fun thing to see. Yeah. Injuries aren't fun to watch. Seeing Chris Godwin go down wasn't fun to watch.
No. We'll move on. We had a little rant midway through our pick 'em. And I guess
we're for the podcast.
Yeah, we're at Green Bay, Jacksonville here, and Green Bay favorited in Jacksonville -4.5. I think we're gonna have the same pick here.
Are you taking Jacksonville too?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go the Cheeseheads. Shout out to the guy that commented on our last pick 'em. They said, "Do not follow our picks because we're absolute losers. Go Pack, go." Something like that. So, because we all picked the Texans last week. It's whatever.
Yeah, I do apologize. I think we're pretty sure we all said it was going to be a great game too.
I remember in the pick 'em, I said I really wanted to pick Green Bay, but to be safe, I'm just going to pick Houston like everybody else. And I should have just stuck with my gut. Should have stuck with the gut. We'll move on. Colts, Houston. I think we might be the same as who we picked last week.
Yeah, we're going to go all Houston here, I believe.
Yeah, I'm going to go Houston. I didn't know if I said they're over or they're favorited -6. Then New Orleans at the Los Angeles Chargers. We got the Chargers favorited -7. Saints had a big fall off this year so far.
This is one I could see you maybe picking different than me. I'm going Chargers.
Okay. I was going to go Chargers as well.
Okay.
I did choose them last week. I just think the Saints have way too many unknowns that are going over there. Their quarterback play looked pretty bad. And I just trust the Chargers way more. I believe that's the not the lowest over-under so far, actually. They're at 39.5. We'll move. Buffalo at Seattle. Buffalo favorited -3 at Seattle. Seattle is looking, they bounce back after starting a little wishy-washy midway through the year so far.
Yeah. I know Tennessee has a great defense, and Buffalo was slow to start against them. Just to shake things up a little bit, I'm going to go Seattle here. Seattle at home. I know, what is that, a 4:00 game?
They have the 12th man. Yeah, 4:05.
4:05. So it's not prime time, but it's not a 1:00 regular game. I think if Buffalo starts off the way they started off against Tennessee, Seattle is a team that can make them pay for those mistakes, pay for the slow start. Tennessee's not. They don't have the offense to do that. Seattle has a solid defense. I mean, they're not going to sit here and say they're the number 1, but they're not number average. 32 either.
Yeah.
They're a solid defense. And if Josh Allen can't get things going early, I think it could be a problem for them in Seattle. Give me the Seahawks.
And anybody who hasn't watched the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen this year, I know he has not thrown an interception yet, correct? He's 11-0 with touchdowns to interception ratio, I believe, or that was at least before last game. Josh Allen has thrown a lot of turnover-worthy passes so far this year, and he's said it multiple times as well. So it's not like he's been the perfect passer this year. Of course, you stat watch or you stat look, you're like, oh, this dude has yet to throw a pick. He's a dog this year. Yes, he's a dog, but he should probably have about 5 interceptions so far this year, minimum.
Yeah, he's 12-0.
12-0. Okay. And I know I just talked some shit on Buffalo. Give me Buffalo. I'll take Buffalo. I got to slowly somehow get a game back on Jordan. This is the first one I picked differently from him, so hopefully I get one here. We'll move Carolina Panthers at the Denver Broncos. Denver -9.
Yeah, give me Denver.
Ooh, what?
Andy Dalton got in a car crash
You
this
think?
morning.
Yeah. You think that's
Are they
going to
going to be
make him play better?
They're going to play for Dalton? Nah, give me Denver.
Okay. I mean,
it's turmoil. There's a lot of turmoil down in Carolina. Deontay Johnson's pissed off.
Steelers might trade for him.
I honestly don't want him back.
I did text this in a chat with Jaden. He said he would love it.
I don't want him back.
He might be a
I don't think he's
Deontay
a good
Johnson
team
fan.
player.
Neither is that other wide receiver. I'm joking. Maybe. Who
He's
knows?
excited now, bro. He posted a highlight video. He posted a highlight video today with Mac Miller in the background, and at the end, it was him dapping up Russ, bro. He's back.
Do you think he put Mac Miller because he knew he was from Pittsburgh?
Yes. Okay. I don't think he just listens to Mac Miller.
Okay. I'm gonna go Denver here as well. Then we'll move on. Kansas City at Las Vegas Raiders. Chiefs.
It's a shame the Raiders built this nice new stadium just to lose in all the time.
Well, that might be the Browns here soon. I know the Browns are going to build a fucking dome. We might do the same thing as the Raiders.
Yeah, so all these teams like Kansas City get to go to the the Allegiant Stadium.
For who? Yeah.
The Raiders?
Yeah, you got it.
Allegiant?
I didn't even know that, but I see it here. But no, I didn't. I wouldn't even have known that off the top of the dome. You know ball.
Yeah. Got the hoodie sitting over there. Yeah, it's cool that all these visiting teams get to go in there, see the nice stadium. I'm sure the locker rooms are sweet, and then whoop the fuck out of the Raiders. So give me the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm going to go. It's the most insane thing that Patrick Mahomes has looked his worst ever in his career. Their offensive weapons have been depleted more than ever, and they're undefeated somehow still.
The Chiefs they're a different look than we're used to. They're a defensive heavy look.
Yeah.
They've been stopping teams they're playing very well.
And they might be in the market for one Cooper Kupp as well. We'll see if any traction. I would like to see Deontay Johnson maybe even go in there too.
Team coming up that I heard has some traction for Cooper Kupp.
I did hear that. I heard they have a lot of traction for any wide receiver that might hit the market. But
yeah, that's what I hear too.
I'll take Kansas City here. Then we'll move on. Chicago Bears at Washington Commanders. Rookie versus rookie. We get to see the matchup. Chicago actually here is favored at -1.5. Who you got? And
I'm hoping that the rookie of the year for me
is gonna play.
Yeah,
that's what I didn't know. There was no fractures in his ribs.
That's making the picks. We're making the picks Tuesday night. We don't have any. We don't know what's going on.
These are way too early predictions usually.
Yeah, they're normally every Tuesday, which is crazy that on every Tuesday we tend to have some decent weeks without knowing shit that's coming up.
Yeah, like you, 13-2.
Yeah,
bitch.
I'm going to take Washington.
So
even if Mariota's playing, he
played good.
They didn't look terrible.
He put up 19 fantasy points. I don't know if that means he really played good. I didn't watch, so.
Yeah, they didn't look terrible.
And Washington is at home. Whatever team you were going to pick, I was going to pick opposite here. So give me the Chicago Bears. It does scare me that the Bears are favored at away, though. But I'm just going to hope their defense plays really well. Chicago comes out and wins. I just don't know if that's going to happen. This next game, we might pick different as well. We'll see. Dallas Cowboys at the San Francisco 49ers. San Fran favored at -4.5. Who you got?
Initially, I had Dallas.
Okay. Take them.
I know San Fran's hurt. They're banged up, but they're pissed off.
They
just lost the rematch to the Chiefs. They've lost twice to the Chiefs in the last 9 months, 10 months.
Yeah.
They're pissed off.
Red on red crime.
Give me the Niners.
All right. Now, I really could see this one going either way. San Fran has how many wins on the season? Do you know by chance?
They're 3-4. Dallas is 3-3.
They are okay. So Dallas is 3-3. You said they already had a bye week already.
Yeah.
Okay. Dallas, are they coming off their bye week? Do we know that? I believe they might be, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Or am I tripping? I'm pulling up their.
Did they fucking play last week? I don't know.
Or did they just get absolutely worked by the Lions?
I know them and Dallas. No, the Lions played. The Vikings.
Okay, so
no
that
way
was
Dallas got the shit beat out of them and then went on by.
Then they went on the bye. They lost 47-9. Yeah, I'm going to be with you. I'm going to go the 49ers, brother. After I saw that again, I was like, never mind.
Dallas ain't that pissed off.
No, they're
pissed off, but they're more sad. The Niners are pissed off.
Then Monday night, well, hey, you want to go to this game? I'll go with you.
I might be trying to. They're expensive tickets, but I might be trying to go.
Low as $92. I might have to wear my Malik Neighbors jersey I have. But we got Giants at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is favored at -6.5, and this is, once again, Jordan, you got the crown this week. The lowest over-under on the week, 36.5.
That's crazy, actually, because the Steelers scored 37 last week on their own.
Yeah, against the Jets that don't have a terrible 37. Defense.
Well, the Jets did have a bad defense. Everybody was hurt.
Yeah. I mean, the Giants have a decent defense too, so we'll see. I mean, I'm probably hitting the over on that one for sure.
Yeah. Russ started to look good.
Hasn't played
as the game went on. He looked better as the game went on. Iron out the deep ball a little bit. It looked very pretty. It was just a little short just about every time. But come on, bro. We're playing the Giants.
Yeah.
Give me the Steelers.
I wish my team 100. I wish my team beat the Giants, but we didn't. And we actually played them pretty close. And if I think we played against the Steelers, I don't think it would be close. Give me Pittsburgh here. And
Steelers by 100.
And Danny Dimes got benched. But
did he?
He got benched during the game, but then they came back and said, "Hey, he's going to be a starter." We'll see if he gets benched before that. I mean, either
Sean Elliott's going to have a day. Beanie Bishop will have a day. I like it. But speaking of Beanie Bishop, really quick side note. Did you see he was player of the game Sunday night?
2 picks, as he should.
He was defensive player. It was Russ and him were the 2 players of the game for the night. They had asked him what he wanted to do with the interception balls. And he said, "I want to get them framed, but I would love to get them signed by Rodgers." He said it's going to be a little bit tough. No.
Rodgers was on the Pat McAfee show today. He said, "Yeah, I'll sign them." So, hey.
Rodgers, the week before they played us, he spoke very highly of Pittsburgh and very, very highly of the team, the city, everything. So I think he has a lot of respect for a lot of those guys. Once he gets over losing, I'm sure he doesn't care to sign the balls.
No, and I mean, how many times has he thrown a pick in his career? Not very many times. This year, maybe. One for sure, you can blame on him. The other one, right off the chest to Garrett Wilson. Can't really put that on him.
Yeah.
But if I'm Beanie, you got 2 picks against Aaron Rodgers in one game. I wonder how many players have done that in their career.
No, if I'm Beanie Bishop, I'm hype even if both of them bounced off Garrett Wilson's chest.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't give a fuck. You tell me on the stat it says Beanie Bishop interception Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I don't care.
That's what Pat McAfee said. He's like, you're one of those quarterbacks or players that if we get the ball from you, we frame that and we want you to sign it because you don't do that. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think I said it in our ranking video, way too early predictions for teams. That the Steelers should have been Super Bowl contenders. I know you guys you didn't want to come off as, too high hopeful. We did talk about if you get that wide receiver for sure.
High hopes for your teams because then you just get called a,
Yeah. But I will say I wasn't hating. I kind of knew Pittsburgh was going to be pretty decent. I just knew off of the defense and the coaching that, Usually, always every year they are. And a lot of people didn't think they were going to be any good. Well, looks like they're definitely playoff bound in my eyes.
Yeah,
that's
I
it
hope so.
for the Pick Ems. Jordan, any closing remarks for you before I close it out here?
Yeah, nice haircut.
Thanks. I think someone cut it themselves over to my. This would be my right, I guess. Yeah, my right. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Comment down below if Jaden sucks at making picks because he's in first place and he has Vegas sources that tell him who's going to win the game, like a bum. But yeah, comment below. The people that say that Matt is cooked or Matt needs to pack it in. We will say Matt's a little busy right now. All right, he'll be back soon.
I know we were making jokes. Take it easy on my guy, man.
He's got some serious business stuff to handle right now. So he's making millions. Not really. But thank you guys for watching. Till next time. Peace. Come on. Yeah. All right.
That was crazy. You did the